families joining me on this war on waste have entrusted me with their bins. So let's go through them and find out what are the kinds of things that end up in our landfill. I've decided to separate the rubbish into 4 sections. Edible food and food scraps, items that should have been recycled, soft plastics, and other. We're not even halfway through this bin. You should be glad they haven't invented smell-o-vision yet. It's not great in here. I reckon I'm about halfway through. I hope I'm halfway through. I gotta say, this plastic pile, I did not leave enough space for the plastics. This is just the soft plastics, and they are just massing up. The recyclables, the things that probably could have been recycled, is kind of climbing, but not too bad. Food scraps are growing. Oh, God. Glamour of TV. Whew. Bag full of bags. Look. Bags, 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 bags. I'm getting a good idea of how much the residents of the street are typically throwing away. More bags of bags, and there's plenty of room for improvement. Well, I think I'm ready to bring the families in now. Well, I'll make a change first. Come forward, enjoy the smell, guys. They're not too far.
Wow.
Yeah.
So disgusting.
Thanks for giving me your rubbish, guys. Sorting through it was one of the low points, I like to say.
Yeah.
But look, what surprises you? I mean, Zoe, Kelly, what just surprises you about what you see before you?
This amount of plastic.
And the food, yeah.
Well, it's interesting on the food because a third of what goes into a bin is generally food waste. The average family throws out over $3,500 worth of food a year.
Right.
There's a whole roast there. This is the kind of yeah, it's the kind of bought a bit too much, didn't get around to cooking it kind of stuff. So basically, when it goes into a landfill site, because it's there and there's no oxygen, it gets turned into methane. And what that means is that methane is 25 times stronger as a greenhouse gas than carbon dioxide. So if 1% of the country actually just composted it instead of putting it in a landfill, you'd save 45 million kilograms of CO2, which is enormous. So this is the thing, is you kind of go, this doesn't matter, but it does matter.
I had no idea. I kind of thought that by putting it in the rubbish bin, it's going into landfill, it's probably going back to earth a little bit, but I had no idea about the methane.
Christina, you said you throw out a fair bit of food when you get too much in that.
Yeah, guilty.
Yeah, guilty.
Yeah, I'm not very good with leftovers. But it's hard to know what to do. Like, that is pretty much the stuffing and the carcass of the chook. But what do I do with that?
I'm not going to make you eat the rest of it. What about you, Luke? You do the cooking at home. Do you create a lot of this kind of scrap where there's leftovers?
I create a huge amount of that stuff there, to be honest with you, Craig.
And look, one of the big questions is, how do you avoid when so much of the food, particularly in the big supermarkets, is packaged like that? How do you avoid it?
You've got a household of 2 people. Sometimes you've got to buy something that's for like 4 people.
But if you go to a greengrocer, you're able to individually buy like 3 apples if you want, or 2 parsnips. You don't have to go where it's wrapped in Glad wrap on a styrofoam board and all the extra packaging.
People use a bag for 1 orange, for 1 cucumber, for 1 apple. And that is, that is such a waste.